What's up, guys? It's me, Mike G, Rice Cake for the win. Here over in City of Industry, getting loaded, taking this load to the rail, and we'll figure out what we'll do after that here. But just wanted to wish you guys a happy end of January. We're going into February. But I actually want to talk about this. Lately, there's a group on Facebook. I'm not doing this for publicity. I'm not doing this for anything, trying to get myself known. But there's a group on Facebook called Team RG. If you guys want to know what that means, it means Team Ruthless Grinders. Basically, they just want to be known to be as, they're hard workers, ruthless hard workers and stuff like that. So yeah. The group is dedicated to be a positive support group, for people that mostly a lot of people in there are people searching in the transportation industry to get their license, their CDL, and get driving and making money being a driver. So there's nothing wrong with it. Everything's good about it. The intentions are good about the group. The majority of the people in there are positive. But there's some cons about the group that I really dislike, and I'll explain here in this video. And like I said, the majority of the people are new. There are a lot of brand new people that just barely got their permit or going to get their CDL, or they're just very greenhorn, should I say. So their outlook on the industry and what they expect out of the industry is tainted. I don't know how else to say it. It's because everyone is so positive in that group. It's like we're trying to kind of blind them to the fact that there is some realities that they might have to face out over the road. Personally, my when I went out over the road, I personally, I did not know about Team RG. I started driving in October 2012. I completed my CDL course around September. So I've been doing this moto vlog. I've been on YouTube since 2010. I've been doing YouTube videos. So not on this specific channel, but on another one. And so basically, it's like me vlogging was a way of like a small little outlet. It's like a journal, but you just put it on YouTube and you share it with others, and others will try to follow you, and it's kind of like a release. It's small, like a little hobby, just to kill time and stuff like that. So that's how I put my, dealt with things and stuff like that. I learned my lessons step by step when I became a truck driver, and I made some rookie mistakes, and thankfully no accidents, no preventables and stuff like that, but just small stuff I had to learn along the way. And I would sit there with veteran truck drivers, and they won't laugh, they won't scold me, and I'll ask them, what should I do, what should I learn the most, or what's the most important thing. I just say time, flat out time. We can't tell you everything. My trainer said I can't tell you everything. All we can say is just take your time, and if you're uncomfortable in camp, if you're uncomfortable and your ability cannot match the type of work that you're doing, or you need someone's help, then don't be afraid to ask, and just take your time, go get out and look, all that good stuff. And they said you won't know everything, you will learn stuff along the way and all that good stuff. And that's how it was with me. And I didn't have this support group and stuff like that. And it doesn't deal with just driving. I had to learn certain things with communication with home, being away from home, my communication with my dispatchers, communication with my bosses and stuff like that, with other drivers. I had to learn that all on the fly when I was a driver. And I'll be completely honest with you, it's like you have to have communication with the shippers and receivers that you're at. You can't just keep calling your dispatcher all the time, or you can't take things personally when you're in this industry. You have to have a thick skin. And I'll be dead honest with you. It's like you don't see that at Team RG. You don't see people putting the reality of trucking in that group. They kind of say, "Oh, why are you trying to be negative? Well, your situation's not going to be the same as my situation." Oh, da 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 da. Well, I, I'm sorry. I'm just saying from experience that that's what I had to deal with. Of course, it may not be the same with you, but I just want to give you a heads up so you could be cautious. Isn't that what, what that's all about? Sharing our experiences and trading our knowledge and stuff like that. And a lot of these drivers are keen or straight. What's the word? They are quick to call you negative when you're trying to show them reality. They're very quick to shun you and try to kick you out of that group because you're trying to be real with them. Well, also, one thing I noticed is a lot of these new drivers, they want to get the top pay. They want to be paid the big bucks right away once they're new. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a CDL is a valued trade. That's what it is, a trade. But the thing is, a trade is something that you acquire, a skill that you acquire through years of experience. So my question is to all these new drivers, I understand that you want to get paid good money in this industry, but you also have to put in your time in this industry. And that's another thing that they'll smack you down on. Oh, put in your time, show your worth, prove yourself, Oh, no, I got my CDL. I proved myself enough. I could back up just as good as anyone else. I only had my CDL for 1 month, and I could back up better than a lot of other guys. Da, 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 da. Are they closing me out? Are you serious? Oh, never mind. Yeah. All right. Anyways. Yeah, that's one thing about that. That's, a lot of those people have this self-entitlement. I want that, I get the top pay, which company's the best company. They ask that a lot, but they don't do their research. They ask other drivers, and the first people were put, night or prime or this or that, it with no other explanation behind it, and the people are in different areas and stuff like that. So it's like these people haven't done one ink of research, haven't called any recruiters, haven't talked to any drivers about it. All they said is, which is the best company? Well, what do you mean, which is the best company? I work over here in SoCal. I'm here at Schneider Intermodal, and you're over there in New York. It's just like, it's totally different. You're East Coast, I'm West Coast. My job is different than what would be up over there, and what things I deal with are going to be different than what you deal with over there. And it's like your broad spectrum of opinion is so biased. That's what I hate about that group. It's so biased because, are they calling me because they're done loading? No. Because it's all over the freaking board as far as experience goes. Because a lot of those people on there are new. They only know what they experienced and talked about for the past 6 months, or what they've heard in trucking school, or the stories from their trainers and stuff like that. And it's like, they don't know everything, and they try to act like they know everything. I don't know everything. I've been driving it. This is my 3rd year I'm driving into, and I'm a rookie still. And some of these guys on that group, it's just so freaking annoying because they act like they know everything. Oh, who says we can't back? Look at us. I back just as... I'll put my backing skills up against all your backing skills. Really? Is this, And what I feel now that group is mostly, it's no different than sitting there at a truck stop and comparing each other's pay. Oh, you only got that many miles. Oh, you only get paid that much. No different than a CB radio at a truck stop. No different than a truck stop TV room, hearing people rant, talk, smash other people's companies and stuff like that. It's no different. Team RG, as positive as they are, they do like to be positive, but they'll keep the reality of trucking away from, so they could remain positive, but they're quick to start bashing on, people that have had experience and are sharing it. And it's like, instead of the experienced drivers bashing on the rookies, it's the exact opposite. It's the rookies bashing on the experienced drivers over there at Team RG. Go figure, right? And so I'll be dead honest with you. If you ever end up joining that group, just be cautious. And they make fun of this other group. I'm part of both groups, all right? Bonehead Truckers. And the guy that made it, Ike, good guy, I like him. Other than that, he works for Schneider or not, I don't care. He's a funny guy because he's bald. And he looks like one of them like crazy rednecks, and I love it. Always good to have a redneck friend somewhere. But he's a good guy. I like him a lot. And he made this group as an open, freaking all-out brawl. Post what you want. If you can't handle it, grow some thick skin. If you can't stay in, get out. And anyone could join. I mean, anyone. You don't have to befriend someone and you have to wait for a friend request approval. Then you have to wait for a group request approval. No, I mean, you could create 15 fake accounts and you could just join all this 24/7. It's just like, it's easy to get in. And you get people that go in there and they start, you guys are a hate group. You guys are a hate group, and all you talk about is beating on rookie truck drivers, beating on this company, beating on that company. And I'm like, well, what were you expecting? It's like, were you expecting everyone to be shaking hands and patting each other on the back in there like Team RG? No. You got what what it says, Oh man, grow some thick skin. This is what the industry is. How some people, I want a CB radio. Why do you want a CB radio? What are you gonna be doing? Talking about some skills and stuff like that they could trade down to me. No, they're gonna be poop. Oh, what company do you drive for? Oh, I drive for Schneider. Oh, that piece of crap. No, they're gonna be trash talking your company. Oh, 55-mile-per-hour trucks. It's like these rookie truck drivers think that it's rainbows and unicorns and pixie dust and stuff like that out here on the trucking industry. And I'll be completely honest with you, that's what Team RG tries to make it out to. And when you try to share your experience, oh, your situation might be different than my situation. I ain't trying to say everyone's situation's the same. I'm just saying that stuff happens. And don't be shocked. Be cautious. And people be quick to quote the Bible, quote the Lord, Jesus, no, these people need to know that in the Bible it says to be wise as serpents but harmless as doves, right? We're supposed to be wise. How do you be wise? You're cautious. You're cautious. I want another story in the Bible. It says when Gideon chose his men, he chose pretty much an army. God told him to go down to the river and get a drink. And he only came out with a handful after that, because he says pick the ones that are, you know, bringing the water to their mouth, then looking up and looking at the surroundings. The other guys that are just, you know, putting their face in the river to get a drink, he says, don't take them. Take the ones that are being cautious. And you guys don't know about the story of Gideon. I'm pretty sure that you could go read in the Bible, you know. But I ain't trying to be all religious here, but being cautious, there's nothing wrong with being cautious. I ride motorcycles. That's as uncautious as you could be. That's the most risk that you could take, is ride a motorcycle. But you eliminate those risks every time you put on a piece of equipment. I wear a helmet, I wear a jacket, I wear jeans, I wear boots when I ride. At night, I make sure I wear a reflective vest, a clear shield, and I have 2 LED mounted spotlights to make my visibility better. I don't get rid of my stock tail lamps, because those are brighter than any aftermarket ones I could find. And I make sure that I'm seen. I ride defensively. I don't split traffic unless traffic is stopped or slower, and I don't split above 5 miles per hour. There's risks that that are present in riding motorcycles, but it doesn't mean that you can't eliminate most of those risks. And that's the thing. But my situation's different than yours. I've been riding longer. I don't care how long you've been riding. I don't care how long you've been driving trucks. Things happen. Things happen. And this is one thing I wish Team RG would get, is that there's realities out there that, the positive will try to shade out, block, so you can't see it. And you guys act all surprised when things happen. Oh, I got here to the shipper 2 hours early, and they haven't unloaded me until an hour after my appointment time. Well, maybe you should have came at your appointment time instead of, running your clock, because most likely you're on e-logs. Instead of running your clock 2 hours earlier, now you're eating up your own time. And one thing here in trucking, a lot of places, unless you call and ask if, hey, can I come early? Yeah, they'll give you a door, but they won't touch you until your appointment time. It's like, you guys have no idea how this industry works. It's not first come, first serve. Oh, there's my window. All right. Well, anyways, guys, with that said, I got done loading here. But I just want to let you guys know that there's realities in trucking that the positive will try to disguise and cover up. Team RG, I want you guys to be real. I want you to be, ruthless grinders and stuff like that. But there's things out there that you need to know to be successful, so that you aren't taken advantage of, so you could use your time more wisely. Oh, my situation is not going to be the same as yours and blah, blah, blah. Well, I understand that. But get this. A combined, being educated, gaining knowledge doesn't just come from positive vibes. People that have made mistakes before, those are the best people to learn from. Someone that has never made any mistakes, I wouldn't listen to the freaking thing that they would say. But with that said, be wise in who you listen to. And the guys that have been doing it the longest, listen to them the most. You don't have to listen to everything that they're saying. They don't have to like you, or you don't have to like them. But I'm just saying that the guys that have been here out here the most, you could learn the most from them, because they most likely made the most mistakes. Because the longer you're out here, the more mistakes that you make. Doesn't have to be an accident, doesn't have to be preventable. It's just like little things that you learn every day in driving. Alright guys, take care, God bless, I'll talk to you later, and hopefully this video is long enough. Bye.